Money and sport formed a powerful bond the moment the first baseball match was televised in the United States, and this was in 1939. Big companies saw the business value in advertising through sponsoring teams, and since then, sporting events are strewn with company logos. From t-shirts to buying stadium naming rights, companies reach millions through one platform, while sports benefits from the cash injections. But to understand this relationship better, let's take a look at the numbers. Now, globally, sports is worth around 46 billion US dollars, and that's around 390 billion rand. And what makes it even more lucrative is the fact that globally, sponsorship spend is forecast to come in at 51 billion US dollars in 2012, and that's an increase of 4.9%. So how big is the sponsorship pie in South Africa? Well, the country accounts for just over 1% of the world's total sports sponsorships. And in 1985, South African corporates spent 113 million rand on sports. Today, South Africa's sports sponsorship market is worth a whopping 7 billion rand. Now, the lion's share of the sponsorship pie goes to rugby, soccer and cricket. And these are the sports that are part of our culture and history and receive immense support, not only from consumers, but also from media houses. So soccer forms 30% of the market, rugby scooping up 20%, and of course, cricket falls in a distant third and has lost out on deals in recent years. So who are the big spenders? 2,700 companies and brands use sports as a marketing and communication strategy in 2011. 81% of sponsors now regard sponsorships as an integral part of their company or brand strategy. Now, of the top 10, 3 are banks, 3 are telecoms, 1 is a brewery, and 2 are provincial governments, and 1 is petroleum. So we're starting to see massive diversification happening here. Now, in 2010 alone, SAB, Brandhouse and Distel together spent a reported 1.3 billion rand on advertising. There is a risk, however. Now, if the government goes through with its plan to ban the alcohol industry from advertising and sponsoring teams, this could shrink sponsorship spend by 1 billion rand. Now, over the years, there have been record-breaking sponsorship deals. MTN's Tier 2 sponsorship of the 2010 FIFA World Cup amounted to $65 million over 4 years. It is the largest single sponsorship deal by a South African company, and in rand terms, it amounts to 125 million rand per year. Now, the PSL League sponsorship is the largest local event sponsorship, and if renewed, could rival the World Cup deal. Vodacom sponsorships of Chiefs and Pirates is the largest team deal ever. So as you can see, big money is concentrated in traditionally male sports. And the explanation is simple. These are the sports with the biggest number of spectators and the most exposure on television. Rugby, as an example, is the #1 spectator sport in South Africa amongst not only white males, but white females as well. And similarly, amongst black adults, soccer is the clear first choice amongst both male and female spectators. There are losers, however. Only 20% of total sponsorship goes to female sports. Now, netball is an interesting case. More women play netball than any other sport in South Africa, and overall, it's in 4th place in terms of participation numbers. But although women like to play netball, it's not a popular spectator sport, and this impacts on how much sponsorship it attracts. Now, if you want to compare the numbers, you've got to listen to this. Football gets more than 1.3 billion rand in sponsorship funding a year, whereas netball gets a mere 20 million rand per annum. Now, football also gets 20,000 hours of coverage on television versus the 47 hours in total for netball. History is full of examples of pioneering minds that break the rules and redefine the limits. And in the world of sports and money, we see great innovation taking place. So when a sport has little to offer, what does it do? Well, it sells itself big and it creates a marketing buzz that gets the right kind of attention. Now, there is little glamour and hype attached to exercise walking, but what started as an initiative against crime has grown to become the 2nd most popular adult participation sport in South Africa. Now, it caught the attention of the Discovery Health brand, which saw this as a perfect match for its active and healthy lifestyle message. Well, that was a brief history of the relationship between money, sports, and media. It's a love that keeps growing, and the truth is that sports sells better than a 30-second advert on television. And that is what keeps the fire burning in its relationship with big brands.